Okay, James?
Hi, Ruud. Saw the reaction we got at the end, the celebration from the fans. Could you describe what sort of a place this could be, someone who could do that on a regular basis here?
Sorry,
Could you describe what sort of a place Old Trafford, Man United could be for someone who could get wins like that on a regular basis here?
I think, well, I can only describe that moment, how I felt it, and as a closure of this block of 4 games, it felt like a closure for that period, and the future is open. That's the way I felt it, and it was a moment. Was a beautiful moment to be able to share that with the supporters, and yeah, special.
Ruud, you've come in and won 3 games. The situation's stabilised. Now a new manager's coming in, and we've spoken a lot about he plays with 3 at the back, he plays with wing backs, inside forwards. Do you think the squad here can easily fit into that kind of transformation?
It's a very good question. What for me is important, that when I started as an interim at the beginning of this 4-game period with my other colleagues and staff, to stabilize and to continue playing what the players are used to, 85%, and put in little tweaks or change of positions or resting players or starting players, and that's where you start to get your own bit in of identity, transfer it to the training pitch, get the lads, get the confidence back, try to get that back. So you can see quality of the players, and still not in a consistent way because there's still a lot to improve. But I think there's a foundation in the past 4 games where there was strong unity, good spirit, players who were at it, looking for results, and we got 4, and that is for me the important. And sorry, I don't go into your question because it for me is a lot now to analyze. Okay, are there wing backs? Are there inside forwards? Can it work? Sorry, I can't comment on that.
Congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
It was obviously very emotional, as you said, special, and you said the future's open. Did it feel like you wanted to make the most of it in case it is goodbye?
No, I felt like closing this period down, if you say it like that, and basically it was a moment, here and now, and that was the beauty of the moment in my opinion, and where circumstances came together, and it was a beautiful moment, and it was gratitude from my side to them, and the reception I was able to receive was unbelievable. So I can only thank them enough.
Samuel? Ruud, you're very decisive in the second half, taking Diogo and Marcus off, and he paid off with Alejandro scoring. What was the thinking about the timing of those changes?
Yeah, the timing was that I felt it was necessary in today's game to make those changes. You could also see that players who played so many minutes and so many games because of the thin squad, they need also replacement, and to keep them fit, to keep them healthy. And there's other players now in the squad that are back. Johnny Evans, fantastic. How he comes in and does the job, and Lisandro going to left back and doing their jobs. I think I spoke to Alejandro before the game. You're playing so much, so many games, so many minutes. I want you fresh from the bench to make a difference as a sub. And it's I think the reality where we were in, and good to have many more players on board like Christian, Eriksen, and who could step in for Casemiro, who also played almost everything over the last period.
Mickey.
Ruud, are you going to miss being in the technical area, or is it going to be an easy transition just to go back to
I only walk out of it, and the fourth official is getting me back into it. So it appears that I don't want to be there, but I'm too connected, I think, to the game. I think it's important to know your role. That's very important, and then things can work. And I think the first months here in my role as assistant, I did my job. I knew my role, know how to support others, and in an interim, you have to take your responsibility, and that's another reality which I try to fulfill. And both are good jobs.
Rob,
Perhaps a difficult question to answer, but your team, you've gone beaten in this little short spell. Team is scoring, they've kept clean sheets. Is there any part of you at all that is perhaps a little bit disappointed that the club didn't just let your interim spell play out and see how you did and then make a decision in the way that they did with Solskjaer?
Yeah, no, I appreciated the clear communication of the club that it was an interim spell for a short term, could have been 1 or 2 games even. That was the first communication, and they kept me in the loop, and they said, okay, it's going to be 4, it's going to be announced, a new head coach, etc., etc. So for me, it is important to have that clarity, and I appreciated that. And in the end, the most important thing is this football club, and I'm here to support that in my role. And as I said, I want to continue doing that in the future. And now, also the communication was okay. After a block of 4 games, there will be communication towards you and your colleagues that are in an uncertain situation. So I expect to hear today or tomorrow from them.
Carl.
Good evening, Ruud. Nice and through. I want to talk about the partnership between Ahmad and Bruno Fernandes. On Thursday, you said you want them both to work as number 10, but today they seem to be passing to each other very often. Is this something you hope Ruben Amorim can build upon?
You know, for me, it was important to look at the games and how can we be as successful as we can. And the first half we started with Mazraoui on the left side, going high and make a 3 with Diogo and Matthijs and Licha. That meant Ahmad was on the line and Bruno was close to him. And the second half it changed because I put Mazraoui on the right and Ahmad could be more inside. So he was the 10, both 10s with Bruno. But in both situations they connect and they know how to deal with tight spaces and get things going in tight areas. And I think it was a good example, the first goal, how it came across.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you.